Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn December 31, 2022. Mercury turns retrograde today, and will be retrograde until January 18th. This cycle can bring benefits from special attention to your inner world. It's a time for redoing and refining work already underway or backtracking over the past to find answers that were not obvious then but are relevant now. Some of the decisions made and projects started in the last couple of weeks can require reconsideration, or there can be delays. Initially, you might find that inner and outer signals are difficult to read. Later, you'll recognize that you're looking at things in new ways, and a fresh perspective can work in your favor. In the weeks ahead, you might consider exercising more care with your privacy. It would be wise to be especially clear when communicating about your inner world, or take this time to re-examine issues rather than speaking about them too soon. Today, good energy is with you for making sense of the past, feelings, and ideas. You should watch that you don't reawaken a topic that truly belongs in the past. The re-emergence of a person from your personal history can spark all sorts of memories. A particularly bewitching day is upon you. This is because mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger of communication and interaction, will unite with sweet Venus, our goddess of beauty and attraction. With these two lovebirds snuggling up close, everyone will be feeling and thinking charming energy. This is an ideal moment to express yourself or give a gift to someone. All connections should improve, but if you want to make your personal or romantic life grow, seize the moment and take action. Don't let this glorious energy go to waste, as you can now step toward the love story of your dreams. Reflect on who you want to be. Since the first quarter moon in Aries is ready to strike up a conversation, you may feel chattier than usual with your coworkers. But this could lead to some initial problems since Mercury will also station retrograde in Capricorn today. Although everything may appear fine on the outside, you might feel disconnected from what you are saying on the inside. Mercury retrograde is your cosmic cue to reflect on how you can feel like you are in alignment with your communication skills, thoughts, and opinions at work. The moon's departure from your income sector yesterday has left you with more than just a sharp nose for money and a lucrative sense of direction. This first visit since Jupiter left last week, and with the moon here as the remaining planets aligned, has left you with a lot to unpack, but also a new sense of resolve and confidence. You are the kind of spirited nature John Lennon had in mind when he wrote the song, Imagine. The ideal world that is always just out of our reach, where all things live in harmony, is where you really want to be. You are no stranger to suffering here on Earth. Emotional suffering negatively impacts your immune system, and vice versa. To toughen up your immune system, keep some echinacea around the house and add 8 or 10 drops of it to your nightly herbal tea. The power of this day is at hand, making it an excellent time to address large groups of people online. If you manage people, call a virtual meeting together, as you will be far more effective with this energy than at any other time. That is the magic of the number 11. It increases your appeal and communication skills. Even if you felt as though you weren't making sense in the past, it'll be worth your while to try again, using this influence to help you. The moon is not only making its last visit to your communication sector for the year, but its first since Jupiter returned last week. As they align, this is not just making it easier to give your emotional responses a voice, but will give you your first sense that communication will be a priority moving forward. In all aspects of your life, Jupiter is not only putting the focus on communication but is expanding your ability to think big and outside the square. Jupiter expands everything he touches, and today that includes your intuition and logic, imagination and intelligence. Having the moon in your communication sector during Mercury, the planet of communication's first full day in retrograde motion, is helping to keep the communication lines open, while in alignment with Venus, the planet of love, is channeling this into giving your heart, the past and unsaid words, a voice. With no planetary activity in your relationship sector, it is all about having the communication lines open. Our eyes in the sky. Your passionate, fiery side will be highlighted today as the moon takes its first steps in the sign of Aries. The energy here can become quite emotional, and the temptation to stay in bed and close out the world could be real. A connection between the moon and Jupiter could also make you feel overwhelmed, especially when it comes to responsibilities. It might not be easy to put on a brave face this morning, so be gentle with yourself and others as everyone attempts to navigate this messy cosmic climate. You will feel slightly out of sync with the people around you today. Try not to blame yourself for this phenomenon. Realize that this simply has to do with the difficult cosmic energy of the day. Relations will be better tomorrow. Wait it out. Don't be too quick to judge someone else's work. You may think it is wrong simply because you don't understand it. Take your time and ask questions before jumping to the conclusion that the work has been done incorrectly. You may learn something. As we continue into the evening, the moon squares the sun, creating some emotional fluctuations, and you might feel more sensitive than usual. This is a good time to release any fears or hurt feelings you might be harboring. Give yourself permission to unplug and save significant conversations for another day. It's important to put yourself and your well-being first. Take a moment to let go of anything you feel is holding you back, so you can head into the new year feeling refreshed. Strong-willed people may stand in your way today. Do your best to avoid them altogether. Their thinking is not along the same lines as yours. Communication with these types of people is only going to complicate matters instead of clarifying them. Mercury begins its retrograde journey in Capricorn today, so prepare yourself for the usual miscommunications and aggravations that accompany this transit. Stay calm and carry on. After midnight, messenger planet Mercury stations retrograde for the final time this year in pragmatic Capricorn. As this station coincides with the new year, we may opt to be a bit more flexible in setting our resolutions for 2023 now. At the very least, consider leaving them open to revision until Mercury stations direct on January 18th. Mercury retrograde will do its thing, provoking misunderstandings, crashing electronics, and causing us to voice sentiments at inopportune times. Most of all, it will force us to reflect upon our goals. As we make decisions heading into January, treat yourself with patience and give others a bit of grace. Don't get down on yourself if you aren't immediately successful on your first attempt at a new venture. You may feel as if your support group is leaving you high and dry today. Perhaps you are given a task with very little guidance on how to complete it. Don't worry. Have confidence in yourself. You are given nothing you can't handle yourself. Following this, the moon enters Aries, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, the moon and Jupiter are the only planets transiting fire signs. With so many planets in earth signs now, we need this extra boost of enthusiasm to keep us motivated. To optimally channel this energy, seek out physical activities to get your body moving. Especially in the northern hemisphere, these colder months can turn us into couch potatoes. Get your circulation going and watch as your mood is boosted.